Well, what's the crack? How are you getting on? You're all very welcome to episode 81. No, is it 81? 82. Sweet Jesus Christ. Coronavirus, lads. That's what that is. Jesus. 'Tis at the 11th of March, 2020. Huh? Where's it all going, lads? Where's it all going? You're all very welcome on board if this is your first time listening or watching. I've gotten some new lights, so I really need a crash course in this shit. I know you need backlighting and you need side lighting and all this fucking stuff, lads, and there's fucking daylight coming in every which way, and oh Lord, we may have to just go to a studio for this where you can control everything. Because I have curtains pulled this way and pulled that fucking way. I mean, I have a set spot, so I might just bring Gordo over and just, make him a sandwich and some tea and then get him to set up exactly what needs to be done every single time. Because right now, last week with the lighting, because it was at night, it was pure shite all because there was just the house lighting or whatever. But now I've gotten two lights. And I don't know. I'm recording this in the morning. Anyway, so there's a bit of natural light coming in. Look it, my head can be seen. People seem to like it. People have been messaging, which is quite nice. If you do want to go over and watch it, Tom O'Mahony, you'll find it on YouTube. If you go to my page, do you know what? I'll put the link in the show notes if videos are what you're into. Because people do like to just sit down and watch, with a bowl of cereal or whatever. People literally message me saying they're watching it while eating their breakfast. Cool. Good on you. Oh, fuck me. It's been a busy old fucking week. Busy all week. Lot of changes for fucking self-employed people, I can tell you. A lot of guests I had lined up, so I'm gonna just going to be pumping out these. A lot of guests lined up. Won't be able to make it. Fucking Ian Keatley won't be able to make it. He was supposed to come over with Benetton. I was supposed to meet him down in Thomond. But that ain't gonna be fucking happening. So he's in southern Italy anyway with Treviso, but I think Italy matches have all been called off, and I don't know. Are they fucking self-isolating? Huh? I was in the shop last night. I don't know, it was Lidl or Aldi or whatever, and this woman was catching packets of crackers. I put it up on Twitter because I tweeted it quite literally in the queue, and I think a woman was reading my tweet over my shoulder and just started sniggering. Essentially, genuinely, this woman, I counted them. I stood there because she was throwing them with such fury as well. These crackers, cream crackers. Like Jacob's, but, the Aldi version or whatever. 14 packets of cream crackers. And the most other... the shop was absolutely fully stocked. Bar hand soap and fucking toilet rolls. And it was even toilet rolls. There just wasn't as many as usual, And this one was just screaming at the husband/boyfriend who just looked like just a broken man. And this one was throwing... She'd 14 packets of crackers. 14. And nothing to go with them. She wasn't... I followed her, I won't lie. I followed her just to see what the thinking was. Was she going after maybe a bit of cheese, bit of Philadelphia, Maybe a bit of ham. Maybe, I don't know what else you put on it. Maybe you put a bit of salmon or something on it. I don't know. Nothing. She'd random shit thrown in there, like dishwasher stuff and a loaf of bread, biscuits. And you're like... None of these things are called for. Especially 14 fucking packets of crackers are not called for in the apocalypse. And just as I started recording the podcast, cunts next door start. The people next door must have money to fucking burn. At least, or somebody in the house is riding one of the gardeners or something. Can you hear that shit? Jesus Christ, I'm only just after starting the podcast. I'm not stopping. I apologise if you can hear it in the background. The mics shouldn't pick it up, but if they do, all I can apologise is for the crowd next door. Oh, fuck me. Every fucking week, at least twice a week, they have somebody in from the gardening services. And it's not just some bloke in to cut their lawns. They have tree surgeons in. They have lads tarmacking the drive. I don't know if they want a fucking pile of money on the lotto or something, but Jesus Christ. Another 2 vans gone up there now. Gone up their driveway. Twice a week, without fail, they will have somebody in to do something. I mean... These people aren't thinking about coronavirus. They're thinking about manicured driveways. That's what they're thinking about. Do you know, I mean, yeah, I don't even want to get to that level. I don't want to be at that level of rich. If I was at that level of rich, I'd be doing it myself. I'd want my own fucking tree chipper, you know? Like, you want to be throwing a lot of parties to justify having the fucking trees and the bits and pieces trimmed twice a week, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know, unless they got a massive garden up there. Fucking, hear that shit? What is it? Fucking tree chipper. How much tree chipping can you need done? Anyway, so yeah, pandemonium. But you could see there was a worry on everybody's face, like this, and they're saying now end up to 1.5. I hate drumming it up, but it is the most talking point thing at the minute, isn't it? And people probably don't want to fucking hear about it, but 1.5 million of us could be infected. But it was great. I was reading an article with a bloke the other day. It was like, meh. Yeah, for the most part, the majority of us will be fine. If you do have, and I don't want to make light of it, like if you do have compromised immune system, fucking stay safe. Stay fucking safe. By that, stay clean, stay the fuck away from everybody. Whatever you can do to stay the fuck out of proximity of people that might be carrying it. Because a fucker like me could be carrying it, and I wouldn't know it. You know what I mean? I know this, like. I've been in contact with every fucking dose going, like, and it just doesn't, thankfully it doesn't seem to affect. Although I did, on the advices, well, I was going to get it done anyway, and a good few people, Mark, Brian, long-term listener Shane, gets the flu jab. I got the flu jab yesterday. Apparently I was supposed to feel some sort of fucking hangover effects or / touch of fluiness about it. Nothing. Not feeling nothing. I was out fucking gigging last night. Not a fucking bothers me. Hard as nails. Didn't get a lollipop or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, you know, fucking hard as nails. The uncle got his jabs. Figured, why not? He was getting his jabs with the old nurse up the road, so I went, grand job, missus. Throw in an old fucking jab there as well. 25 bills. Not bad. Wonders how much it costs to make that stuff. Can't be more than €2. Can't be more than €2. Massive markup, like. I mean, the services involved is quite literally an old one with a fucking an alcohol rag, rubs your shoulder, in, out, done. So that's the service involved. We're talking tops, including intro, outro, the prep of the needle, the fucking wiping of the shoulder, in and out, tops minute and a half. Tops minute and a half. The actual stuff itself can't be more than €2. Can't be. €2 is huge for the amount of volume we're talking about. That is some markup, isn't it? That's some fucking markup. Is that 15? No, 15. It's about what? About 13 times. 13 times the fucking. I'm guessing. We'll say 10 times, including her money. 10 times the cost. That's fucking, including VAT, I guess, yeah. Yeah, it was. They didn't charge plus. That's good money. It's good money. But then, you know what? I'm getting what I'm wanting, you know. I wouldn't want to be getting no fucking flus. But I'm guessing, I don't know how many people actually get the flu. Do you know what I mean? Actual influenza. Most of the time, I'm guessing it's just a bad cold. Because influenza can kill you. So I don't know. Maybe it is influenza, but I'm banking on it giving me. I should be fucking clear to do whatever I want. I reckon for my 25 quid, I could just go meet a ton of hookers and safely be fucking, you know, no, nothing. For 25 quid, I want all my stuff. I want malaria, everything to be covered. All on that. What you reckon? Likelihood, low. So the irony of ironies, cruel ironies, but the health minister in the UK is the first minister to have contracted coronavirus. That's fucking rough, isn't it? You're the health minister of all things, like not the minister for sports and fucking education. The health minister. That's cruel. That's a cruel irony. Jesus Christ. So yeah, she's self-isolating. So I think that's the crack. If you self-isolate, like once you're confirmed and you're not too big, you know, you can fuck off home, I'm guessing, and self-isolate. They say they'll pay you €305 a week for people that are self-isolating. Which, I don't know, 305 a week, lads, that ain't covering shit. But then, what did I owe you? You know, is it tough shit? We don't live in a socialist fucking democracy, so our situation, sure we don't. It's everybody for themselves. But 305, I mean, you can feed yourself on 305. I'm not sure what the fuck else you could do. 305, yeah. I suppose you could technically, but it ain't covering no mortgages or fucking rent or nothing like that. Or every other cunt thing that comes knocking once, twice, 3 times a month looking for money. I'm going to have to switch electricity providers. These lads have gone fucking bananas. Bananas they've gone. So I keep on getting pounded on fucking... I fucking hate that phrase. Pounded. Americans use it all the time. Like when I pounded a beer. You're like, oh, Jesus. Sounds like you mid-live to it. No. Yeah, I'm switching. These fucking cunts every second month are going, yeah, we're changing. We're jacking it up again. And just by pure fluke, I went onto their website because I needed to get bills off them. And we're dropping again. We're dropping again. Can you believe that? Can you want to learn more? No, I fucking don't. I want to learn when you're fucking going back to the 3 steps. See, you sign up to these fuckers and they're like, yeah, in you get, kid. Then like 2 months in, they're like, yeah, but we forgot to tell you, 60 days in, we're jacking it up. You fucking absolute scumbags. And over 60% of our fucking electricity is made from wind now. Over 60. What? What the fuck? And then they say, I was reading the other day that there was too much wind energy made, that the system couldn't take it. How about you fuck off the other 40% of whatever's making it? I know people have jobs there too, probably in whatever, burning fucking fossil fuels or hydro, whatever the fuck, you know. But I think you need to be migrating that way, and we go 100% fucking wind, please, cause the windy stuff ain't going away. Put a fucking windmill here. Sweet Jesus Christ, we're on a hill about 1.5 miles from the sea. Suffering, fuck. Some place we're drying, I will say that. But the fucking the wind, oh my fucking days, is it windy here? Thankfully with plenty of trees or whatever, but Jesus Christ, fucking hell tonight. Shout out to the people that got involved. Thanks very much. Who can I remember off the top of my head, because I'm an idiot and I didn't put it down anywhere. Fiona, still recovering from her bad old knee. You'll get there, Fiona. Good on you, girl. Apparently my swearing and whatnot is getting her through. And apologies to anybody who was trying to, I don't know what, fucking Patreon. I re-uploaded it to Patreon. It's the ad-free, basically. And typically, I'll put this out today. And tomorrow morning then, it'll be out for the regular folk. But I'll put it up today. But the Patreon, there was something, I don't know, there was a break in the link or something. Coronavirus got to the fucking link so much way. But shout out to Enda, who pointed it out for me. But do you know what? That's great. Hey, Tom, just to let you know. That's what, you know what I mean? No, like fucking, some of the boys, now some of them don't, but some of the lads I know with podcasts, Jesus Christ, some of the fucking grief they're getting off people for getting a fucking stuff for free. You can't. Unless you're a Patreon, you don't really get a shout. Like, you know, yes, constructive, you know, help is always a good thing. Constructive help. I won't call it criticism, because we're all just fucking learning our way with these things. Like, who knows what the fuck? It's not like it's radio production or it's teleproduction. Jesus Christ, I'm a fucking stand-up comedian. What do you expect from me? But gets fucking woeful shit off people. I think you'll find, it's like, or would you, what the, thank fuck nobody likes that. Well, maybe I'm missing them. I don't see, because you get emails and you get messages and stuff like that. Maybe I'm missing them. But thank fuck nobody gives me any grief like that. Or gives me any fucking kind of a hard time. I suppose people probably know. Do you know, the vibe is probably there. That people guess what they're getting with me. You know what I mean? It's like a case of, we did a gig years ago, myself and Jim Elliott. Jim, if you haven't listened, Jim he must be back in the early 100s, of good friend of mine, comedian from DC. Actually, that's the thing. Yeah, if you're new to the podcast, jump onto the Instagram page of Buckshot Podcast, so you'll be easily able to scroll back and see which number. If you haven't listened to them all, if there's a guest you went, fuck, I didn't know they had Eddie O'Sullivan on. Fuck, I didn't know, Joanne McNally was on. Go back, find it. You can find it. It's much easier because any of those podcast apps, they're slow as shit, a lot of them. Or, it doesn't jump out at you because it's there in text. But you might go, oh, fuck it, I know her, I know him. I would suggest going to the Instagram page and fucking having a gander that way. We're coming up on close to 140 guests. So I should have more. I should have a lot more in. But you know yourself. You know yourself when you're trying to juggle doing stand-up and stuff, because it's anti-social hours, realistically. So, and I can't have stand-ups on every fucking week because it'll just be, a stand-up-y show, which I suppose maybe I should theme or whatever. But I've interest in other people too, and I think other people have interest as well. But what the fuck was I talking about? Jim, myself and Jim put on a gig years ago. Jim really wanted to record an album, a comedy album. It was a very cool American thing to do at the time. And I went, yeah, let's do it. And Jim was like, but how do we do it? I went, we'll just fucking do it, Jim. Let's just find out. Come on. If anything, I know there's always a solution to a situation. Got my mate Mog in. Mog fucking set up the cameras, set up the sound, recorded the whole thing. We picked the names from a hat of all the underground comedians, we'll say unsigned comedians at the time, who probably weren't frequent headliners and stuff. And we picked 10 of them. And it just so happened to be there was no women. Because at the time, 2012, 2013, maybe was it? I don't know. There wasn't a lot. The handful of Irish women comedians were in the UK. And I mean the fucking handful. There's still a vast, vast minority. And it's not before anybody, says it's a disgrace. No, it's a choice. This isn't, there's no walls up in this business. If anything, right now, being an oddity is a good thing for you to be. But nobody complained because it wasn't a public service. It was a gig that we wanted to put on. And we told who needed to be told that names were pulled out of a hat. And that was that. Recorded. The video footage is somewhere. I think Mog still has it. But the audio went up. Jim made CDs. He physically made CDs. And this is before, I guess, you could buy it on. It wasn't, iTunes was only coming around at the time, and he made and he sold CDs to people all over the world. He probably lost his stones, and it probably has him as fucking coasters around the house at the minute. Have a listen to the episode back. I think Jim was drinking during that one. He might have got slightly drunk, which is great. But we apparently there's a couple of comedian forums and stuff like that online, which I don't partake in because fuck that. And Jim got fucking grief over it. Oh, another sausage fest, I see. From the woman in particular, actually, I've seen her in action, and she wouldn't have been in the bucket. She wouldn't have been in the hat. Even though she's done remarkably well for herself in the UK, but there's no fucking... any of the girls that would have been in the hat would be far superior. There had to be a standard, too, if you get me. It just wasn't any old fucko, And in fairness, 2 or 3 girls that I know that were doing comedy that were in the hat, they jumped on it and went, I feel no grievance towards this such and such lady X, because I'm no better than anybody on that lineup, and it's the lad's own business. And on top of that, I'm doing an all-female lineup tomorrow night, and nobody has a problem with that. And it was but not listening. Oh, yeah, patriarchy. It was like, well, what the... But... I've only heard this all retrospectively. I got none of this. Now, I'm not on that forum. But Jim got messages from people going, what's the fucking crack, man? But Jim is such a nice guy. He went, hey, maybe we should, sit down and talk about it. Go for a coffee. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Like I said, if it was a public forum, if it was a public service, then absolutely, you'd be bang out of line. But the fact that it was honestly picked out of a hat. If it wasn't picked out of a hat, it was just 10 of your friends. They're your friends. They're people you want on your lineup. You put all the effort in, and people are going to stand there going, you put all that effort in, and yet you didn't involve me. Why wasn't I? It was because I put all that effort, But it was strange, not one. And then you were both the organisers of it, and not one complaint, not one issue that I get. But Jim did. And I suppose that's what it comes down to. People know it's a waste of fucking time coming at me with that stupid old shite. I haven't the time. I haven't. I'd love to have the fucking time. I would love to have the time. Like we did a gig the other night. I was just as you talk about time. We did a gig the other night in Bective Rangers. I totally forgot that I'd agreed to do it. Bective Rangers are they sound like a fucking part of the army or something. They're not. They're an old rugby club they share the grounds with Old Wesley in Donnybrook in Dublin 4. Oh, I remember playing them a couple of times years ago, getting locked. That's all. I had a bare memory of it. But they're there in Energia Park. Unbelievable fucking facility. It's where a lot of the schools games, the posh boys schools games, are played in Dublin. It's just down the road from RT. Cunt of a fucking gate to turn into. Jesus Christ, you wouldn't want much more than a regular family saloon to be driving in that gate. So I went in, did the gig. The gig was, it was grand. It was, only I'd planned on taking a night off, I wouldn't have done it. But it was grand gig. It was in the road, in and out, in under 20 minutes in either direction. Couldn't complain. Done and dusted, nice and early. But there was, this is the loop I'm fucking missing in. Like, I'm side stage and I'm chatting with two of the lads that had been on or whatever, and the chap that was hosting was talking about mindfulness with the audience or whatever. It was some bit he was doing about mindfulness. Like, I have no idea what the fuck mindfulness is. Like, maybe it's getting your head. I'm guessing it's getting your head in the right space and all the rest of it. And I'm all for that. But he starts talking about he got a present of an adult colouring book. And I'd been talking to the lads and something just pinged in my ear. Went, adult colouring book. Is this drawing nude people? Like, I thought it was a joke. Like, these, he produced this thing on stage, and this woman in the audience who'd been she was a fucking pain in the hole, the same one. I had to fucking put her to bed a few times, and not in that sense. No, she just needed a bit of verbal slappage. Just fucking, a couple of too many G&Ts, and just was lippy as fuck. Probably lippy as fuck around the club as well. But you see, this is the thing with clubs, doing any of those sports club games, is people are in their familiar environment. It's their environment where they can't get barred out of it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like if you come into their living room a small bit, and they're around family and friends, so they're going to fucking give you some, like, so you just have to be able to go, come here now, 1 second, Teresa, shut the fuck up. So, and she'd been piping up. Turns out she got one as well. My mind was fucking blown. He produced it on stage. He brought he had a bit where he brought a lad up on stage and just started going through the pages and stuff and talking about it. Wasn't really paying attention to a lot of that. But what was blowing my fucking mind was the fact that these things exist. Adult colouring books. More power. They look great. They look like they're fucking great. They look like, you got to colour inside the lines. They're much more intricate than fucking Humpty Dumpty ones you get for your child. But what was troubling me was, who in the fuck has time in their day to be colouring books? Huh? Who the fuck has the time in their day? I'm unbelievably intrigued. That is something that intrigues me. I don't know what I was talking about the other day, but millionaires. It's the only people I could think. Other than that, what in the name of sweet fuck are you getting away with? That you have time in your day. If you're a child, absolutely. Even still, if they're walking, talking around child, fucking have them out in the yard pucking a ball up against the wall or something. Fucking give them jobs. I could have 10 children here and I could have 10 children and have fucking 10 jobs for them outside there. Pick all them stones there, and I want the fucking blue ones separated from the white ones, and I want the fucking white ones down the bottom of the drive and the blue ones up the top, and don't come back in until you've done. You know what I mean? That's about 2 years' work. Fucking. But I was fucking flabbergasted. Who in the name of fuck has time to be colouring books? Ah, colouring books. Turns out people have the time in the day. How? I don't fucking know. I don't have time to put on fucking socks today, lads. I'm fucking flat out. Flat to the mat. And every moment, if I do, I caught myself the other day. It was like I was between two kind of fucking things that I needed to get done. And one, I was waiting on an email to come in. So there was like an hour of fucking, what would you call it? I suppose, fucking waiting. And I'm like, I've got fuck. And I'm just, now I suppose I'm at a point now where I just cannot. I cannot fucking hold still. I just went out and started washing the car. The fucking car was clean. And I don't even care about a clean car. I just had to stay. What? And if somebody turned around, even in that we'll call it down period, and said, I have a colouring book for you. Stand there like, goodbye. I make have a cup of milk. And fucking colour me some fucking books. Oh my, what in the name of fuck? More power to you. If you have the time in your day. I suppose they have a double meaning. It's not really about the colouring. It's about the concentration and the fucking calmness maybe of it and all the rest of it. And some people's brains need that. I'm quite the opposite. I'm quite the fucking opposite. My fucking days to even... What's the purpose is mine. Like, do I put these in frames and give these to people? You know what I mean? I cannot... Just to fucking in the bin afterward. Oh, Jesus, no. Oh, fuck, no. That to me now is too much. Speaking of gigs, I'm in Chaplin's Comedy Club this coming Saturday. I sure look it. Lads, we may as well power on and do a good fucking long one, will we? I don't... Yeah, do I have the fucking time? I do. So we'll power on. We'll do another bit. I'm in Chaplin's Comedy Club this Saturday night. Then the following Saturday night, I'm in the Errigal Inn, which will be the 20th or the 21st. It's a Saturday night. Errigal Inn in Belfast. And then the following Thursday, I'm in Pug Ugly's Comedy Club in Belfast again. Not in Belfast for 2 months. Then I'm up there twice in a week. But sure, look it. You'll take it. And then the following Tuesday, which is the 31st, the last Tuesday of the month, the last day of the month, I'm in UCH Punchline with the mighty Mickey Bartlett. Lurgan's fucking favourite son. Is Lurgan is from, isn't it? Provided they all go ahead. I don't see a reason why they won't. It's not like I'm fucking filling arenas just yet. So, wash your fucking hands. By all accounts, it'll be people with compromised immune systems, which, you have to fucking feel bad for that. That's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. It's like the colour of your eyes. You fucking, I don't know, steer clear, fucking get them vitamins into you, whatever you can do. You know what I mean? Whatever you can do to load your guns prior to this coming down the fucking line. If it does come down your line, have a plan in place and all the rest of it. They say, the older and the unhealthier folk, older people that smoke and shit like that, overweight people, heavily overweight people are in trouble because, they run the risk of diabetes and stuff like that. So, Jesus, who knows? We might have a cure for it in a month to 6 weeks' time, and we could be all laughing about this. But, look, if you're fucking not feeling well also, now I know you can carry this shit without knowing it, and that's just, what the fuck? What the fuck can you do about that? Nothing. But what I would say is, and I think everybody's of a logical fucking sense, if you're sniffling, coughing, fucking pains in your knees, please, don't be going to the 3 Arena, or fucking, Croke Park. Fucking stay away. Either stay home or go to the doctor or go to the hospital or something. But don't be rocking up. Don't be rocking up to fucking places coughing and spluttering, you know what I mean? Don't be going anywhere if you're coughing and spluttering and because you might only just have a cough. You might be hard on the fags or something, or just only have a tickle in your, that's all you might have. That's why I got this fucking flu shot with the hope to, if I do fucking get it, we'll go, well, it isn't flu. So if you are sick, stay the fuck out of public places. Stay the fuck home. And let the healthy people survive. Oh, Jesus Christ. What did I want to talk about? I actually wrote down. Can you believe that? I actually wrote notes. I'm really oh my God almighty, I have to share this with you. What? Oh, fucking hell. Shame. This is shameful now. This is shameful. So, our young fella, we got him christened a couple of weeks ago, and great day. And my niece was to be christened the weekend just gone. Now, a week after our fella got christened, the date was booked in. Absolutely. Now, I don't fucking know what happened with Google Calendars, with fucking the actual physical calendar on the wall, but for some reason, it was written in as Sunday just gone. This christening. That was to be down in Cork. Fucking great job. We were ready to go. We'd fucking presents with the car loaded Saturday. Great. Fucking load of fucking jobs getting done on Saturday. 1 o'clock rolls around. It was to be 3 o'clock on Sunday, right? 1 o'clock rolls around on Saturday. What was I doing? Quite literally, I can remember I was pulling a nail out of a fucking bit of timber out the back. Because I wanted that bit of timber. Because I'm making up a framework for a backdrop for this podcast. I had this bit of timber and I just putting together a bit of an idea to see if I can put this frame together. Just something simplistic that I can just sit in the corner of the room and that would be my backdrop. Because I'm not going fucking wallpaper and I'm not going putting up vinyl. I want to put this fucking timber. Anyway. And herself comes out to me in a most frantic fucking fashion. I says, oh Jesus Christ, what's wrong? Hammer flying. Nail flying. Is it the young fella? What's going on? She says, oh my fucking God. I says, what? She goes, I just text your other sister, whose child it isn't getting christened tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. She goes, it's later today. 1:20 on the Saturday. I'm supposed to be godfather to this child. I am godfather to this child. Oh fucking Jesus. Checked and checked again. It was written in twice in Google whatchamacallit, but it, for some reason it didn't show. It was turned off on the Saturday. It was a different colour of fucking whatever day of event turned off. But it was on both days for some reason. Rang the sister. Fair play. They're a sound bunch, my old crowd. And I explained, and I'm like, what a fucking donkey. So he missed the affair. Apparently he missed a lovely meal. Bulling over that. But we still continued down to Cork. But I cannot remember the last time I did something like that. It was like, and you couldn't blame anything. Couldn't go, brand new baby brain, like he's over 6 months old. And even during all that, even during the early days, we didn't miss any fucking appointments. No dates, no nothing. Miss no fucking events. Miss no work. Miss nothing. Because you got to keep your head in the game. And I have to say this. Shamefully, I didn't want to tell anybody, but I have to tell the podcast people, even if you're not interested, I have to get this out of my system because that's a useless, thick cunt of a fucking thing to do. Stupid, thick. Like, I can't blame anything. I have no illness. Nothing. There wasn't extreme weather. There wasn't anything. There's extreme shit going on where your fucking emotions are through the roof, through the floor in this job. Anyway, but I can keep that shit on an even keel. But for some unknown fucking reason, fucking went sideways on me. Went sideways on the two of us. So we're both to blame. So I've gotten that out of my system. But also, and you have to hold your hand up. Useless, thick fucking bollocks. That's what you got to hold your hand up and do. Don't blame the fucking world. Don't go. That was the thing. Sure, look at these things happen. They don't fucking happen. They don't happen to me. That is a substandard human fucking characteristic. You cannot rely on somebody to get their shit together. And 99.9% of everything I get fucking done, I get it fucking done. And done to the best of your ability. That annoyed the fuck out of me that I let that slip. So, just got it out there. And then, shock of all shock, aside from all that, it was a great day on Sunday. Lovely day. I sound like fucking Trump. Lovely day. Fucking Egypt turns around. Anyway, not getting into that clown. But, these revelations keep on popping up with my wife. Oh my days. We're together we're married nearly 3 years now. Come the middle of April, we're married nearly 3 years. Together, fucking ages. And the other day, she did something. I tell you, we talked about the rasher situation a couple of weeks back. where we, you know, it was a miscommunication was the rasher situation. And that's okay. It was a miscommunication over the 8 or 9 years we'd been together. I thought she liked the living fuck cooked out of him. I hated doing it, but I thought that's what she liked. Turns out she likes him exactly how I like him. Lightly done, with a bit of colour. But you can actually fucking eat it rather than having to fucking take a hacksaw to it. It was a turning point in our relationship. It was a great thing that we discovered this. But she did something the other day, and fuck. There's nothing like a Barry's tea in the morning. I will accept no other substitute. You can talk about your Lions all day long. You can talk about it. I'm just not having it. Lions isn't even an Irish company anymore. It's owned by Lever Brothers, who pretty much are Monsanto and the devil. So you know what? Go ahead. If that, fill your fucking boots. But it's a Culture versus Dublin thing. Regardless, Barry's tea is still owned by Barry's. And regardless of anything, none of these leaves are grown in Ireland. But a Barry's tea, strong one, in the morning. Mighty. Big pot of it. Get the fucking day going. So, about 7 o'clock the other morning, the fucking pot gets poured. And I hadn't been paying attention. Bouncing the lad on the knee. And the next thing I looked over, I said, why is it tea so frothy? She's like, I don't know. But then I looked, I went, hold on, when did you put the milk in the tea? How's it milked already? I only saw one move. What? How did you? She kind of looked and smirked. She went, I just thought it'd be more efficient, because the milk was there, and she knew what she'd done. She put the milk. Okay, if you're not sitting down, as Irish people, if you're not sitting down, please sit down. She put the milk in first. She put the milk in first into the cup, people. And then fucking poured the tea in the top of it. And it all frothed up and bubbled. And all I could do when I realised when she did that was I handed her back my wedding ring, and I've thrown her out of that. God save our gracious Queen. God, like I blame the couple of years she spent in school in the UK. I'm telling you now, our parents I will never, for our mothers due over later on today to mind the by, and I will be having words. That is the start of a man's day or a woman's day. The start of a person's day. Like, you're going to do that to them. That's that they talk about testing marriage. That fucking she put the milk in first, lads. I take my fucking tea seriously. Especially when I don't get to fucking drink as much as I would like to drink. I'd love to be drunk right now. I'd love to be drunk all the time. But that's just not an option. So I don't even get to drink as much as I fucking want to drink. So tea's important. And the fucking first tea of the day, back when I used to smoke the first fag in the morning. Oh, glorious. You're off to the fucking races. It was the same thing. If you don't have addictions, you don't understand. The first big mug of tea in the morning, and you're going to do that to it. Oh, for the love of God. We talked it through anyway, and we're seeing a counsellor on Friday. Oh, she put the milk in first. Oh. Feel like that. Anybody ever see The Field? When the Bull's final speech to the Yank and Father Dorn. And my mother was dead. My father said, fetch a priest. And I said, let's bring in the hay first. Yeah, let's bring in the hay first. some overacting there for you people. If you didn't know what that sounded like or looked like, that was some overacting there. Fuck it, I tell you though, it hit me in the chest. It was like, this isn't on. There's certain, no, you wipe, front to back, not back to front. You fucking put the milk in afterwards. Like, if I'm in another country, like I remember being young, to this day, we were tiny, we went to France. We were tiny, we were all tiny, back when we were dwarfs, our entire family. Back, I can only be in 4 or 5, but I remember going to, she was somehow a fucking relation to the outfitter or something, I don't know how. She was a nun, somewhere in France. And we went in for tea into our house. And I remember she poured it into the fucking saucer and started slurping it out of it. And I remember looking at the mother, and the mother giving me a look like, well, I've no interest in being here either, but we may drive on with what's going on. I remember thinking, what in the name of... And still to this day, I asked the old lady, he goes, that cools it down, like. I said, well, what's the fucking point in this? Is the saucer... What? It's, yeah, some people had this fucking thing, and especially it happened a few times. He was in France a few times with work and stuff. He says they'd pour a drop of the tea into the saucer, so the saucer would take a bit of the heat. If the tea was freezing or was roasting, and you wanted to get at your tea straight away, and you didn't have time for it to be cooling down, or blowing on it, or stirring it, or putting more milk into it, pour it into another vessel, i.e. your saucer, and the saucer would take the heat energy from that, the porcelain of the pot, and then you could slurp it out of it like a fucking pig. And as I remember this, I'll never forget it, this old nun slurping away out of it. She had nice croissants though, that's all I can remember. But like, you're in another country, you go along with it. But for the love of Jesus, this is, I mean, the old relationship is on tenterhooks ever since. Tenterhooks, I said correctly. Because although I'm not going to get any fucking, like I said, I don't get any whinge bags on this podcast. But tenterhooks, in case you were wondering, if you've been saying tenterhooks, which, tender situation, it may sound correct. It's not. It's tenterhooks. There you go. Check it out. As Eddie Bravo would say, look it up. Or check it out, or whatever the fuck it is. Just have a look. It is definitely tenterhooks. I don't know what tenterhooks are. They sound like something that an alien would have. But it is tenterhooks. But we'll patch it up. We'll patch it up. It'll be alright. All fucking sports are off. What the actual fuck? I'm going to be doing some amount of barbecuing. I actually found a place selling barbecue coals yesterday, so I will be popping in there. There will be a lot of barbecuing going on. I have to do something. The weather is clearing up, and all their sports are fucking off. Jesus. I can't be gigging in the middle of the fucking day either, so I'll just be doing more podcasts, I guess. Yeah, my thinking I'd buy it, because I've been dragging my arse and trying to get guests now, because people are actually genuinely worried. Trying to get guests now is tough. So I'll just be doing more of these until we can get more guests. We get a clatter of them. Owen, anyway, he was moving house, so this will be interesting, as well as his poor old car situation. So we're meeting up on Friday after lunch to get one in, if not maybe two. We'll see what way. Again, fingers crossed. But at least with this here, I got the camera. This could be the end of the earth, fucking apocalypse kind of stuff. At least if I have the internet, maybe all right. I know it was slow enough during the week, but if I have the internet, I'll get you out podcasts. I'll get you out my fucking ramblings at the very least. What else did I want to talk about? That was the fucking Russian bombers. Again, I haven't read enough into it, but I read the article from The Guardian that there was fucking Russian bombers swinging around the top of Ireland over there. Like, what's that about? Was there anything? Were they just acting the bollocks? But they did it again earlier. Like last year, I remember there was the same thing. They have a cool name. They were like MK fucking 147 bear bombers. And they set off, and then the RAF sent out a couple of fucking tornadoes, which are fighters. They sent out a couple of fighters. I mean, I'd say they're just testing the waters, just going, we'll see. Just see a range, just to let you know we have these giant fucking bomber airplanes. I mean, Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. We bomb in Northern Ireland. Would you just fuck off? Fuck off for a minute, you know? Just for a minute in between all of this shit. I don't seem to like they brushed over it. They've very little info on it, but there has to be more. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm gone fucking mad watching things like Homeland. you know there's much more to it. Like, they didn't accidentally just, apologies, mea culpa, drove in. Look, Sergey, he is new. He's stupid. He gets job flying bomber because, his mother is, related to the captain. But he has one gammy eye. He has one stupid gammy eye. So, just sometimes, over the sea, we allowed Sergey to fly plane. His job is cleaning plane. So I let him hold. I not pay attention. I go for quick sleep, and I have little cigarette down the back of the plane. Before I know it, we're flying over the fucking Orkney Islands, over fucking Scotland. I get to front of plane. We are fucking flying over Derry. The fucking walls of Derry. And we're fucking... This stupid son of a bitch. I can only apologize for fucking Sergey. Or if fucking fighter tornadoes, they come flying out of nowhere. Fucking Sergey, eh? What do you do? He's my fucking mother's cousin. He's fucking idiot. But I have to do this. This is apologies. I have no other explanation. This is all I can give you. And that was basically what we got. It was like, sure, you know yourself. Huh? Anyway, coronavirus, what's that all about? I don't think the two are related, but I'd like to know, like, it wasn't like a weather balloon from Russia. A big whore of a fucking, or, a bomber, comes flying over fucking the north of the country, like, and they have to the point, twice in the one day, they had to scramble fucking tornadoes and send them out to him, like, go back to fuck, basically, says the RAF, go back to fuck. I mean, let's be honest, thank fuck our neighbours, the RAF, are only right there, because the Irish Air Force, yeah, we've got some nice choppers, that's about it. I don't think we've got much in the way of fighter jets. What use do we have of them, really? But, like, I don't think they're going to be scaring away a plane that's called the Bear Bomber. The Bear Bomber sounds a bit dirty, doesn't it? Like, the Bear Bomber. It sounds like a cocktail. Or no, it sounds like a shooter you'd get in a fucking gay bar in Amsterdam. No, a gay bar in Bulgaria. This is Gay Bomber. This is the Gay Bear Bomber. You drink 3 of these, you will be anybody's. I don't know what's going on there, lads. That one went fucking sideways. Sports, all sports gone. We're hoping to get back on track this week. Of course, we didn't. The Italy game, of course, is called off. The France game has, of course, been called off. And now what else has been called off? Pretty much, I think England versus, Wales versus Scotland, I think is still on. Fuck me. Well done to Scotland. Although, to be fair, watching it, they should have beaten them by way fucking more. Scotland kind of pissed the bed a small bit. Because France being France, as soon as they lost your man, that was some right hand. Holy shit. He melted your man's face with a punch. As soon as they got the red card, the boys fucking got back on the bus mentally, and they were home sucking fags and fucking smoking pints on the way home. They were no more fucking interested in being there. And then they lost in tarmac. They lost in tarmac. And old Jelly Bear came on with his fucking stupid hair. But the boys said they were back on the bus. And if you go back to, if you're a rugby or a sports or just interesting people enthusiast, go back, and if you haven't listened to the Bernard Jackman episode, he tells you have to accept it when you're over there, that French players, they will park the bus. There'll be, he says, I'm not kidding you, he says, there'll be days when he was coaching Grenoble, there'll be days, he says, we'd set off on the bus and we'd be getting there, and the next is you know the vibe. The vibe would be for one case, and he says there's nothing you could do about it. There was nothing you could prep for. There was nothing you could turn around and go, come on, lads, let's all fucking get in there. And they go, But the attitude was, if they weren't on form, if they weren't in the fucking form, then it wasn't happening. Simple as that. It just wasn't happening. So it was, he says, you get off the bus going, fuck it, may as well go to the bar, because these lads are going to lose today. Yeah, he says, just, that's the way it was, and that's exactly what fucking France did. So I reckon Scotland should be fucking raging with themselves that they didn't put 50 or 60 on them, because they weren't worth the fuck once your man went off. They weren't. I don't know where they were to fuck before that, but they were soon. As soon as he went off, that was it. They all went off. And then, a lot of people actually messaged me over this. I say a lot, maybe 7 or 8 people messaged me about it. What my views were on England match. Yeah, they're fucking like they do the basics right. That's what Scotland, aside from the sideshow that went on, we'll talk about that in a second. But they do the really, and I say basics. This is a thing that's said all the time. But their passing is fucking immaculate. When they get hit with a tackle, the ball production out the back of the ruck, immaculate. Now they're offside the whole fucking game, but that's just what's happening in rugby at the minute. And why Ireland aren't availing of it, I don't know. But there seems to be a thing that they want to try and speed up the game some which way, the tackle area. The game would speed up if you kept people on side, because what would happen is you have more space for lads to fucking throw a bit of flair into it. But look, I know this isn't a sports podcast, so I'm not going to get into the technical side of it, but the shit they do, fuck did they do it well. And Scotland are the same way. They're slinging passes. They're like, just Scotland haven't put the last jigsaw together. You know what I mean? Aside from that, England, very good. But fucking horrendously obnoxious. But how would you be any other way with a bollocks like that? Eddie Jones. He's good, but fuck, he's hard to stomach. The shit he comes out with. And then it's the same, any business. If your man or your one at the top is a fucking dose, it permeates through the workforce. They're all going to be a fucking dose. If they're a fucking ignorant, thick cunt, that's going to permeate throughout. And you'll wonder, why is the person on the till such a fucking dickhead? They may naturally be a dickhead. They may be. But a lot of the time you'll find, him or her up the top, they're a fucking dickhead too. And that's just what's acceptable all the way around. And then, by the same token, when you find chirpy people like Exit 16 heading into Galway on the M, whatever it is it the M6? The staff are lovely, night and day. They're fucking lovely, up and down all fucking day long. The staff behind, all lovely. And what's the betting? The person at the top, chirpy as hell. Whoever's running the shop, probably a chirpy person. Same thing goes with England. Fucking wanky carry on. You know what I mean? Like fucking Farrell being a bit of a dose and all the rest of it. But the big talking point, obviously, I mean, the game came and went. The big talking point is going to be Joe Marler, who I like. I do actually like him because, okay, there gets a point where you're kind of going, okay, leave comedy to the actual experts, Joe, because, you know, you're trying to be ironic and stuff like that. You're being the kind of shit at it. But in a lot of ways, I find him interesting because he's just not doing what the stock stuff is. You know, the stock answers, the stock this, you know. Well, we had a great game, and, you know, it's a game of two halves, and, you know, we'll take our learnings from this, and we'll push on. You know, the usual shit. He does give a more interesting take, and, you know, tattoos and mohawks and all the rest of it. But he walked over to, if anybody didn't see it, it was during a scrap, and there was a bit of a melee going on, and the Welsh captain, who's a bit of a dour figure at the best of times, Alwyn Jones, he's standing there, he's kind of fucking, and Marler walks him over and kind of holds him across the waist, like, come on, out of it, like, kind of a thing, and then gives him a bit of a tiddle in the fucking Mickey, right, down on his cock. Now, I don't know how Alwyn Jones didn't fucking jump 6 feet in the air, because if somebody's playing with my dick, there's two reactions. One, gonna jump like fuck with a fright. And two, they're getting their fucking whole face opened up. That all happens inside 0.4 of a second. Big, small, doesn't matter. Because I'll put my pointy fucking elbow right at the fucking perfect fucking, that junction where your chin starts and your jaw ends. If you can fucking hit, that's the money spot. That's the button. Doesn't matter. You can't fucking train your jaw. You can't lift weights with your jaw. Doesn't matter, big or small. If you can put the point of your elbow into that with all your fucking shoulder power, swinging your neck, your fucking back, arse and leg into that, doesn't matter who they are. They're going fucking down, and they're probably going to hospital. That's what would have happened. He didn't. Now, Marler was acting the fucking idiot. he wasn't like, there was like the lads on fucking News Talk went to town the other day. They were like, this is a workplace environment that is sexual harassment. You need to take it for the context it is. Rugby's a weird game. You're required, especially at the fucking at the upper fucking levels of it, you are required to go out and do things on a field that you would get 6 months in prison for. You are. It's a war. It's an unnatural fucking way, and you're putting people who are monsters against each other. So there is that level of weird likeness. This is the reasoning behind it. Nobody has come out with this yet. There is a weird reasoning behind some of the fucking odd shit that goes on with rugby players. And it's because a lot of it is down to the fact, like soldiers probably do the same shit. Now, I'm not saying it's the same, but because it's such an odd environment to be in, weird shit has to be fucking done to fucking lighten the mood. Now, I'm not saying Marler should have tickled him under the chin, right? That's what he should have done. Do you know what I mean? He should have tickled him under his armpits. That's what he should have done. That's the same thing he was going for. Now, he was going for the tickle of his fucking flute. Now, was it funny? At the time, I was thinking, you mad cunt, what are you doing? And Alwyn Jones, I can fucking tell you here and now, he was thinking the same thing. Because he said, like, in the press conference, and this is where the lads in News Talk fucking kind of sickened me a small bit. He seemed like a broken man. Now, lads, I'm sorry, but the two lads that were talking, yes, I can see how ye would feel like that, but neither one of ye, you're about 8 stone between ye, soaking wet. Neither one of you have ever been in those wars. You've no idea what's going on. I'm going to pull that curtain for the video people behind, because that sun is fucking blasting us out of it. I'm not excusing it, but I'm giving a reason for it. He was trying to be funny. And he went over the mark. If you're a Sunday leaguer or whatever, and you know you're a lad, which he knew his lad, well, he knew him from fucking years ago, from the fucking Lions tours and playing against him forever. 138 caps for Alwyn Jones. And the lads were coming out going, he looked broken in that. He was, like, is this the first time? It seems like it's their first time ever coming across him. The guy said, the journalist asked him, Alwyn Jones. Now, he was a dour enough figure, but very dry comedy, from what I can tell from down through the years. And he says, that incident that happened, because can you specify? Everybody chuckled. Where he tickled you in your nether regions. Could you specify again? Lighter chuckle. Your genitalia. Ah, yes. Bit of a chuckle. And they monitor the chuckles. And this is where so-called experts in comedy shouldn't be fucking experts in comedy. Because these two lads are going, do you notice the chuckles got lighter and lighter? Yeah. Because it got less fucking funny. He was still pushing the joke. He knew what he was talking about. Could you specify? He was being dry humour. And I said, well, I thought he says 138 caps. If I hit him, I'm getting a red card. Yeah, but you could push him. Or you could go, Joe, would you fuck off? You know what I mean? All he did was look over at the touch judge. Again, I don't think he's... And again, at 138 caps for fucking Wales. 138 caps for Wales, playing in the second row. The cunt is as hard as a fucking coffin nail. I guarantee you, playing that much rugby, you tell me he hasn't fucking experienced every level of degradation that could have been said and put to him down through the years. They're taking it like this fella's some sort of fucking office intern who's just come out of fucking college. Again, I don't think he's as broken as we're making out. Not to go back to Marler, it was a fucking stupid move. What the fuck are you doing, you clown? You're going to get a 12-week ban for that. Because in this modern day, you just can't be touching a fella's flute. You can't. You just can't be touching his fucking flute. Especially when you're on a world stage. Because on a world stage, millions of people are going to watch it. And out of those millions of people, 90% grand with it. They see it and they go, whatever. Some will find it funny, some will be, spent. But the 90% will be grand. It won't. But there will be some people who are affected by seeing that fucking carry on. And that comes into play when you're in Twickenham on the world stage. Do you know what I mean? So that's where, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't be doing it on a fucking Sunday league where there's 2 people watching one man and his dog, like. But that it's kind of, it's a stupid thing to be doing. Because you could get a yellow card. That's why, But is it sexual harassment? No. It's not. It's not. It's certainly not. And to lump it in with other things, and even Jones, in fairness, said that. He says, hold on now 1 second, because somebody kind of brought it up, and he went, I think you'll find, he says, a lot of people try to use sport as a vehicle for a lot of these things, and it's not. It's a completely different context. It was one of the most physical fucking games I've ever seen in my life. People, the reality is, it took the fucking heat off the fact of what Mano Tuolagi, that, for what he did, and if he would get 2 years, attempted fucking manslaughter on George North for that he knows the power it can hit. The tackle was made at that stage, and he comes in with his fucking arms down, with his shoulder fucking swing, and the power in that fucker's shoulders. Oh my Jesus Christ! He would murder. That would murder most people. Just about skin fucking George North's fucking head, who has a history of concussion, and that's the fucking one to be gone by, lads. That's the actual danger. Now, for 100% of people, that's a danger that kids shouldn't be seeing, because kids will want to do those flying shoulders the following week. The other one, I would only be concerned with the small number of people who that will genuinely affect, because that will trigger some people. It will. It just will. And that's... you can't be calling anybody snowflakes anymore. You can't. Look at... who are snowflakes are people who aren't affected but still go shouting around the world. That's... So, you need to have a logical look. There will be some people really fucking upset by it. And for those people that are upset by it, that's why fucking Marler shouldn't be doing it on the world stage, you stupid cunt. But you need to understand the whole picture. The lads on News Talk is really where the lads were trying to relate as if somebody was working in a News Talk office and come in and did it to a young female intern. That was the base of the context they were putting it in. And it's not. You have to take it for what... And there was a fucking fight going on at the time, It was to diffuse the situation, try and be funny. But that's where his lack of ability and humour shit the bed. And he fucked up on it. But yeah, Jesus Christ. People fucking dropping all over the place. Just... Oh my God, was it a fucking war? Fucking hell tonight. Oh, they'll be glad of the fucking break, says you. Big fucking break for everybody now. I suppose, what do you do? What do you do? You can just stay tipping away, I suppose. Stay tipping away. So there was, hand sanitizer, lads. So apparently, the fucking, your whole timeline is full of this fucking thing. I'm some man for the segues, aren't I? I better wrap this fucking thing up. Hand sanitizer was 3 simple. Follow me on all usual platforms. Tom O'Mahony Comedy. We'll find it on anything you want. Go back and listen to some of the older episodes if you haven't. If you're new enough, there's a bunch of them there. Like I said, Buckshot on podcast on Instagram too. We'll find it, but Tom O'Mahony Comedy will find it at most things. Chatty Snaps is Tom Bear O'Mahony. But what I found on this, it popped up, homemade hand sanitizer. And you're thinking, okay, what are we going to be making here? This will be stuff around the house. This is pretty much the way. 3 simple ingredients. They're only simple because it's 3 of them. Because the 3 ingredients. Oh wait and hear this shit. Squeeze the gel from an aloe vera fucking leaf. Grand. Sure, have a fucking field of this stuff growing out there. Only the one. I'd go out and get fucking 10 of them if you want. And 5 to 10 drops of tea tree oil. Now, tea tree oil is a thing that may be around a person's house, whatever. I've heard of it. But the last one, which again, a simple ingredient, 5 to 10 drops of witch hazel. Fucking what? Witch hazel. Oh, great. I have newt as well on top of that, is it? What the fuck is witch hazel? I'm sure it's in vitamins that I've taken in the day, but what in the name of Jesus? Now, if you're going to be acting the bollocks, lads, tell me at the top of the thing, at the top of the fucking, at the article, 3 ingredients that you probably won't have in your house. Or 3 ingredients that you can go to a health food shop and get. But don't put them 3 simple ingredients lying around the house. Fucking witch hazel. Witch hazel? That hazel. How many hazels? Fucking 1 of them. 5 to 10 of them. I haven't got one of them. Fucking well, bring me over that hazel there. Which hazel? The witch hazel. Which hazel? Because I have 3 hazels here. I've got fucking carrot hazel, I've got cat hazel, and I've got... What's this one? Witch hazel. Yeah, which hazel do you... For the love of fuck, I'll get it myself. I'd actually loads more written down in my notes to fucking talk to you about. But look at Jesus, lads, we're up on an hour now. Up on an hour. Go to the YouTube page if you want to watch it on... it's the same fella. But if you want to watch me sitting in the corner just laughing to myself, or if you prefer listening to the whatchamacallit, give it a share. That's the important thing, is telling people about, just like put it on the back of coronavirus. Absolutely no sense will be made. Disclaimer here that you will learn nothing from this. I'm an expert in absolutely nothing. So if you're telling people about it and they don't want to actually increase, their knowledge on anything too much. Although, tenterhooks, I think, was the lesson of today. Share it about if you do have a ability to rate it, which is normally on the Apple podcast. Give it the 5 stars, please. Anything less than that, no use. No use at all. Other than that, send me on whatever screen grabs you want. Let me know you're listening to it. Because this echo chamber that is this situation, it's always cool to hear back from the fucking folks that are listening and whatnot. If you have any suggestions, if I've said anything completely fucking wrong, why not? If anybody's tried witch hazel, let me fucking know. Right. For now, gang, I hope to try and get a Harden Up podcast with Owen done this week. The plan was to try and get a guest. May get a guest on Saturday, possibly. But look, we'll keep going with the fucking Ramble Pods regardless. For now, go on away. Enjoy the week. Stay safe. Bless.